Hey everyone, it's Sarah at Repeat Crafter Me, and I just came up with a new project using the Red Heart all-in-one granny square yarn. This is a new yarn that just came out not too long ago. It's available on yarnspirations.com. And what's fun about it is you can make granny squares and let the yarn do all the color work for you. So what that means is that there are preset color lengths that allow you to just go ahead and make your granny squares without having to change color. So what I've done is I've made a few of these, and I'm making these adorable fingerless gloves, little fingerless mittens gloves. And I discovered I already used a whole nother ball of this yarn. I was able, oh, where's my other little mitten? I was able to get 3 pairs in 3 different sizes using just one ball. 3 of these. So that means you actually have to make, hold on, I'm grabbing the other one. There it is. You actually have to make 4 granny squares. And I actually stopped. So this is the full granny square. And then on this one, I left off the last round of the granny square. And then this one, I only did 3 rounds. And I've used all of the little extra yarn bits that were left over from stopping my granny square early to just add a little bit of, ribbing on the wrist area and a little single crochet border at the top, and then of course the little hole for the thumb. So it's really cool that you can actually do all of this with just one ball. You can make mittens, little fingerless glove mittens for your whole family. All right, so let's just get right to it. Let me show you what I'm doing here. I've already made one. This is the smallest version, although you could make just a 2-round one and make it even smaller. Like I said, it's preset yarn. So the middle is always going to start with whatever color you see here on the label. And you can actually get, let's see, if I can just pull this off actually. The pattern is going to be on the inside of the label here. Let's just open her up. So the pattern for the granny squares are on the inside of the label, so it's all right here. I'm just going to kind of do it my way. If you already have your favorite kind of granny square pattern, hey, have at it. Okay, so like I said, you're going to have to always start with the main color because, again, it's preset. So you're not going to be, the length of it is only enough for this little middle part. So here I am. I'm at this like turquoise. So I'm going to go ahead and make my magic ring. I'm using a size H crochet hook, by the way. I'm going to chain 3 and make 2 double crochets. Now remember, you need 2 granny squares for each glove. Okay, I'm chaining 2, and I'm going to make 3 double crochets. So that chain 3 counted as my first double crochet. So it's a 3 double crochet granny square pattern. Chain 2, make another 3 double crochets, chain 2, another 3 double crochets. You can see right here, it's about to change color, which is, just about perfect there. Could have made those stitches a little tighter, but that's okay. This will work. Oop. I got a chain 2. I almost forgot my last chain 2 because it was changing color on me. I'm going to join, and I actually prefer to turn, so I'm kind of working over that same space. You can follow the pattern on the label, which has you just keep going in rounds in the same direction, I believe. Again, what's ever easiest for you. So I'm doing the chain 3, working on this chain space. Oops. 2 double crochets, a chain 2, 3, come on yarn, 3 double crochets, a chain 1, Brings me to the next corner. Make those 3 double crochets, a chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, head it over to that next corner. 1, 2, 3. My yarn doesn't seem to want to be coming out. Chain 2, 1, 2, 3, chain 1. We have one last corner. 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2, 3, chain 1. Oh, we're almost at the end there. I can see where the color change is starting. So let's go ahead and join. Turn that yarn around. Just slip stitching over in that space. 1, 2, 3. Make 2 double crochets in that first chain space. Just on our little last round there. Again, I'm kind of going through this quickly. I want you to, do whatever you're comfortable with when you're making your granny squares. I just want to kind of show you how these color changes work and what you're going to do with the extra yarn. Okay. So it's your basic granny square. And again, for the smaller one, this is gonna be, I'm just gonna be stopping here at my last, it's gonna be my last round for the smaller size. And I would say, I kind of have small hands. I could probably fit into this one, but this fits my 10-year-old daughter pretty well. If you're making it for even smaller hands, I would have just stopped after that second round. 2, 3, chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, look how cute. All right. Almost at the end here. Let's see, that color change is coming up. Right, chain 1. I'm right at the color change. I'm just going to join and I'm going to fasten off. Because I'm just making these small little mittens. All right, so go ahead and fasten off. We're going to want to weave in these ends, but just hold on a second. You're not going to be able to start your next granny square with this. Remember, it always has to start with this color. But you are not going to waste this yarn when you're making these fingerless gloves. You're just going to pull, and you're going to use these to stitch them together. So I'm going to use this color. You could use either color. I'm going to use white, but I'm going to save this for my next pair. So I'm just clipping off right at the next color change. I'm not getting rid of that. I can use this. Set it off to the side. The white is really what I'm going to use. So I had this extra from this granny square. And then we're going to be using this white as well. So you're just going to keep going. Pull out the white. Don't worry, it's not going to waste. Okay, here's my color change. I'm clipping this off. Okay, I can set my yarn aside. We are going to be using this leftover and this leftover, which came from these two. You're also going to have this color left over too. I would save that. I used all of the leftover of, well, it was this color on the other ball. This is color Hot Stuff. So, save it. See what you have left over at the end. I'm going to be using white for this one. These are like my little winter mittens. This is a great color. Oh, what is this color? Let's see. This is color Frigid. How perfect is that? Oh, there goes my phone in the background. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to weave in our ends. Okay, so just weave in your ends, and then we are going to start on stitching these together into our fingerless gloves. Okay. Okay, now that we've made our two little granny squares, we've saved the extra bits of yarn, and I already have one made, so we're kind of, I'm going to show you how to do this. We're going to start by making the little part right here, just a couple, 2 rounds of single crochets on the top of the little fingerless glove, and then we will work on the ribbing down here. So you're going to want to place the granny squares back to back, and I am actually going to be working in the back loops just so your granny square keeps that nice edge. Otherwise you're actually going to be working kind of over some of these stitches. It's up to you. Decide what you want to do. All right, so let's grab the end of one of these, and I'm just going to go ahead and start in the corner, inserting my hook again in those back loops on either side. And this is just to join the corner. Okay. Just kind of join chain one, make a single crochet. And now I'm not going to sandwich them together because you want your hand to come through. So I'm going to be working all the way around. Then we're going to join this corner. We're going to work back around. So I'm just working in those back loops, just making single crochets, kind of just holding both pieces there. I hope I didn't tangle this. There we go. Oop, I'm in the corner already. That was quick. Okay, when you get to the corner, dropped it. You're gonna want to connect those. Single crochet, and then turn it around, and we're just gonna continue to single crochet along the other edge. So let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, so I have my 2 corners connected. I single crocheted along this edge in the back loops. Now I'm single crocheting along this edge in the back loops. Okay. Now we are going to join to our first single crochet there, chain 1, and go ahead and single crochet around one more time to finish that top edge. One other little tip I want to mention, do not weave these in yet. We are actually going to use kind of our extra strands to join the edges. So we can leave those hanging on. Okay. Now, almost done here. Let's see, one more. Yep, join, fasten this off. Okay, so now we have our top edge. Now I'm going to turn it upside down, and we are going to start by connecting those corners. And we're going to start on that ribbing, so you can grab this little extra bit. Nothing's going to waste. We will need both of our little extra pieces of yarn there. So go ahead, join that in. We're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oop. We're going to go ahead and single crochet in that second chain from hook and continue all the way down. Caught my yarn. There we go. Okay, last one. A little loose on there. Okay. Now I'm going to work along this edge. We're going to join at the corner and work along the back edge, making this ribbing. All right, so to do this, I'm going to go ahead and, working in the back loops only. I'm going to slip stitch, join there, working over the next one, and I'm slip stitching. Okay, now I'm going to turn, and I'm going to work my way back up this chain for a total of 7 single crochets. 6, 7, chain 1, turn, working in the back loops only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, back loops here, back loops here. I've made my way back down to the edge. I'm going to slip stitch over the next 2, turn, work my way back up in the back loops only, making single crochets. Chain 1, turn, and back down. Back loops only, making those single crochets. All right, we're back to the edge. Slip stitch, turn, and repeat. Chain 1, turn, slip, single crochet back down. Okay, slip stitch, turn, I just really love this technique, you guys. If you follow my blog, repeatcrafterme.com, definitely seen me do this a lot lately. I've used it on hats, blankets, and more. Okay, where are we now? Let's go ahead and slip stitch. This one there? Nope. Slip stitch, turn, me show you something. The only problem with using these extra bits of yarn, well, besides the fact that I just got a little knot in this, is that it runs out. So we have to attach the new yarn, which I'm just gonna do right. Well, I wonder if I can get one more. Nope. All right. And we'll just attach our new strand. So you're gonna have, you know, 2 extra strands to weave in, but we are making use of everything here. Nothing's going to waste. And you can get a project created without having to buy multiple colors and multiple balls of yarn. That's what I love about this. Okay, where am I? Just finish that single crochet. Let's work our way down. Okay, so I'm at the corner, so I'm going to be slip stitching, but I'm going to be joining to that next corner. Okay, so slip stitch, and now I'm turning. I'm working on the other side. Going to be working in those back loops. But remember, we have to slip stitch over one more time. Okay, and then we get to work back up the little ribbed cuff. You can actually make these as long as you want. I chained 8, so it's a length of 7 stitches once we turned. You could make that longer, you could make that shorter. Totally up to you. This is the part that kind of sits over your wrist, so like the cuff of this. Again, we're working on this back side now. So slip stitch, turn. Just want to make sure that's not tangling. Okay. All right. Let's just pause so you guys can see what this looks like. Those are our little loose ends. See how we've already finished the little cuff there on that side. And we've turned, we're coming around. We just have a little bit more to go, and then we're going to join it. Okay, we're just getting right to the end. I'll show you this. So I really have 2 more. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of at the end. I'm kind of back to the start. I'm going to go ahead and turn. I'm going to make this last row. But when I come back down, I'm going to join them together. All right. I think I can join these together now. Kind of at the end. Could maybe squeeze one more in there, but I'm going to go ahead and join these. So, actually didn't need to chain one there. So I'm just kind of, that's a loose end, holding this together and setting my hook in between the two, making kind of a slip stitch. You could do a single crochet, whatever you decide, to get those together. on. I'm just going to make sure. I'm just going to go ahead and slip stitch right into that kind of starting one just to secure it. And we have the cute little, let's fasten this. Well, yep, we got to fasten this off. We have the ribbing on our mitten. Now, we still have a little bit left over. We're going to use that for the thumb part. These are totally reversible. So the thumb can go here. If you flip it over, if you flip it over, it can be on this side. So you guys choose which side you want. I'm going to go ahead, put it on this side. Work about 1, 2, 3. I think I've worked about 3 stitches down there. Let's see, right about here. Again, I'm working those back loops. We have a little bit of yarn left, so we're going to make the most of it. Okay, chain 1, and go ahead, single crochet along the edge, that first edge. 1, I can get my hook in there. That was my joining stitch. 2, 3, about 4 for the smaller one. Your thumb hole might need to be a few stitches bigger on a bigger size. Now I'm just going to reach my hook over and I'm going to work right on the other side. Okay, so 1, 3, 4. Kind of turning and working back into that starting stitch, joining, chain 1, and now go ahead and make one more round, single crochets all the way around. And join. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fasten that off. Now, I got a lot of extra ends I can weave in. I have an extra bit here I can use. So now it's just a matter of kind of stitching these seams together. So I actually turn it inside out. Since I happen to have a little extra strand for this, I will show you what I'm going to do on this side. I'm taking those actually front loops this time. I guess that's the front loop. Keeping those inside loops together. All right, and we're just going to stitch it together like so. You can use whatever sewing technique you want to stitch these together. I kind of like the way this looks. I think it kind of makes a fun little edge on it. Up to you. Then you can just weave it in. Usually my strand's not this long, it keeps getting caught down there. Okay. Go ahead and fasten that off. Come around to this side. And again, I have some loose ends hanging around. What's going on here? This was the loose end for this one. I might actually just use, well, let's do this side first since I already have a little strand attached. We'll stitch this together. Okay, I gotta weave that in. But I'm gonna take this. This is a little bit of an extra strand there from the thumb hole. Go ahead and stitch together this. Yeah. Now, there we go. Clip this one off. Now, obviously, I have a lot more little ends to weave in. Okay, so I would do that on the inside, weave those all in. It's a little bit more than normal. But let me just show you. Come on. Come on. Here we go. How cute. I mean, seriously, adorable, right? Okay, I mean, totally reversible. So this one, my hand fits in this one. I have a very small hands, you guys. But look, it fits me. They fit my daughter better. It's a little tight. I'd probably wear the medium size one, but can you even get over that? I mean, adorable. Perfect for winter. Oh, you can make them with so many different colors. I'm thinking this one next. Look at this one. This is Cyberleaf. This red heart all-in-one granny square yarn. I'm going to leave the link to that. Really encourage you to check out all of the different shades on yarnspirations.com. Honestly, like, so great to use. So many different projects. I'll leave the link to some other ideas too, but I'm having a lot of fun with this yarn. I hope you are too. I will have the tutorial for these granny square fingerless gloves on repeatcrafterme.com. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial and stay tuned for the next one.